Hey there, this is Attorney Dan with Attorney Stephen Liu. We've been working on a couple of estate planning cases together over the last couple of months, and I thought I'd have Stephen here come and chat with us about estate planning and what he's experienced over his 20 years of practice. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, so let's kind of get right into it. Let's talk about distribution of assets. And if there's no plan, then the courts will assume that the kids get everything at 18. And that's probably not a good idea for a lot of people. But how does a trust allow for some more flexibility so that you're just not giving everything to your kids when they turn into adult?
Because we get to draft it according to the wishes of the settlors, we're able to do a couple things to be able to protect from that. One, probably you're thinking about is simply age, right? The child, we have young kids, and nothing wrong. It's just that you don't want to write a check to them when they're underage, and you also probably don't want to do it at 18. Mm-hmm. And so the trust allows for these age distributions, right? Mm-hmm. You can break it up into two groups. A very common one is half at 25, half at 30. You have a 25, have a 30, have a 35. Mm-hmm. And before that time, you have your trustee who's kind of watching over it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that they're not getting it at all, right? Mm-hmm. They need it for health, maintenance, support, tuition, school fees, living, day-to-day stuff. The trustee will provide for that. Mm-hmm. But those checks that are written, the half or the third, would be at those age. So that's one kind. The other protection that trust allows for is if, in situations where beneficiaries have addiction issues, or they're incarcerated, or they have public benefits that you don't want to to disqualify them from, then we can set up a more nuanced trust we call a special needs trust. And these are specifically provided for. They allow for the beneficiary to not be disqualified from certain public benefits if your child is getting state care, that if you go over a certain amount, then it's gone. Mm-hmm. So those protect it from that. And so then we can do that as well.